Hey everyone, in this quick demo, we'll see how to set up a working PubSub communication between two FlexCards inside an OmniScript. This is perfect if you want to pass data between components in a low-code Salesforce experience. So let's get started with it. As you can see, I have an OmniScript that holds some list data and has buttons of details. So if I click the View Details button, there will be some text fields that will be filled with the details of that account name. If I switch between accounts, the text fields will be updated instantly. This is possible due to PubSub events. As you can see, I have a FlexCard named Card1 that hosts a list of data. All the data is coming from a custom JSON. It also has a View Details action button. This action button will fire a PubSub event. So this card, we consider it as a publisher. On the other hand, we have card 2 that has some text fields that will just display whatever data is being fired from the first card. In the setup of this card, we can see I have an event listener. So this is considered as a subscriber card. So let's see how to build these two. Okay, so let's get started by creating our FlexCards first. We'll have to create two FlexCards. One would be the publisher and one would be the subscriber. So let's just name them as card P as in card publisher. Let's just keep the data source for none, and we'll create another one named card S. Data source would be none as well. Let's go in our publisher card. Let's first set up a data source for it. I'm again just gonna be using just a custom JSON data. Just show you the custom JSON data. I just have some account names, IDs, and phone numbers. Make sure to save that. Okay, so to build this, let's first add a text field. We'll use the size a bit and we'll add an action over here. Let's make that action to be a button. We'll just label it as details. In the text field, let me just call the name of the account. In the button properties, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see action. We'll create this action to be an event. The event type would be PubSub, and let's give it a channel name on which the PubSub would be published on. So let's just give it ch1 for now. Event name would be selected row. And let's just add some input parameters that will be passed on in the PubSub event. So what we need to pass is an ID that will have the value of ID. We'll pass name that will have the value of name, and we'll also pass phone that will have the corresponding value of phone. So this should fire a PubSub event, and to check that, we can just review it. Press on details and go into the action debugger. In the action debugger, if you see a PubSub event, then your action button is working as expected and it is firing a PubSub with these fields. So now let's go to our second card, that is the subscriber, and see how it will listen to the data coming. Let's just add a text field first, or even before that, let's go to the setup and add a event listener over here. The event listener would be of type PubSub. The channel name, if you remember, was ch1 and our event name was selected row. In this, we have to set an action that will set data on the card. So action type would be card, type would be set values, and in set values, we will add a key called account ID. Account ID, it will catch the value from action.id. We'll have a account name that will catch the value from action.name, and we'll add account phone that will catch the value from action.phone. Right, this will set values to these variables. So let's just save that. Also, we have to add a data source to this listener and just map these fields. We will just pass account ID, which will have value of empty. We will pass account name, value would be empty again. We will also pass account phone, which will again be empty. Alright, let's just make sure we save this, and in the JSON we can see our details, so it is accepted. Now we can go to the text block and we can enter the fields that we just created. Now that it is set to listen to the event that the PubSub publisher would fire, these fields will catch all the actions that are being fired from the publisher card. To make this connection possible, we have to have an OmniScript that would host these two cards. So let's create an OmniScript again. Let's just name it as PubSub Script. Alright, now that we have an OmniScript, we can add some custom LWCs over here that would host your FlexCards. Lightning component name would be the name of your FlexCard, that is card P would be first. Oh, if you don't see them here, that means we haven't activated them. So just activate both of your cards, go here and refresh the page. Once you have both of your cards activated, you will see them in the Lightning Web component name. We've added card 1, and similarly, let's add another custom LWC component that will have card S. So now if we activate this OmniScript, we should see the PubSub event in action. If I press any details button, it will give me details of that account. That's how we set up a PubSub event between two FlexCards. So if you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more Salesforce Omni Studio content. And thanks for watching.